radio blog. I love it when we radio blog.
I'm excited.
Radio blog is where we get to talk about anything that's coming to mind. It might be amusing, it could be entertaining, informative, funny, whatever, anything. We blog on the radio. That's why we call it radio blog.
Yeah.
Who's blogging today?
I love the gist that comes with
radio blog. Like, it's one thing to look out for.
The banter and everything. So today, okay, so I'm going to put it's actually a question, but I'm going to put a perspective to it, like put it in content so that our listeners can understand. Like, okay, so Mrs. A has been looking unto God for a devout Christian, a child of God, has been looking unto God for the fruit of the womb for a very long time. A very long time. And she has tried IVF, she has tried a lot of things, even insemination and the rest of it didn't work. Our last string of hope is surrogacy. Now, she meets up with a Miss B, not a Mrs. She meets up with a Miss B.
She's unmarried.
Yes, a single lady. Yeah. And she before then she read up on surrogacy and everything about surrogacy. So she talked to her husband about it, and her husband said, okay, if they could get somebody to do this for them. So they meet up with a Miss B, surrogacy and all of that. Miss B is also a child of God, right? Who understands the Bible, knows the Bible. Now the question is, should Miss B go ahead and be a surrogate mother to this waiting couple as a child of God? Is surrogacy a thing we should dive into? Should we do it?
Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do, because this is already feeling like a question of the day, not even a radio blog anymore. But basically, I think the first thing we need to do is to define the term.
Okay.
So everybody's on the same page, right?
Right.
So just in case you are wondering, okay, what's surrogacy? Because you might not really be able to relate with the question if you don't really understand what surrogacy is. So I'm just gonna take this off Wikipedia. Okay. All right. Surrogacy is an arrangement often supported by a legal arrangement whereby the woman, which is the surrogate mother, agrees to bear a child for another person or persons who will become the child's parents after birth. You get that? So that means there is a third party in this process. The two people that are supposed to bear a child, right? The third party here is the person who gets to carry the child, who gets to bear the child, after which she hands it over to the parents, the first two parties. All right. So now that you understand this context, now let us put that into this context that that Olufunke has shared. So, I mean, I know there are different types of surrogacy. That's another thing that we should. There's traditional surrogacy, right? There's more like the insemination type of surrogacy. So, while there's a part of I think the first surrogate's pregnancy was actually Haggai. Abraham. Abraham's like, yo, you know what we're gonna do? You, my slave woman, you're gonna be my surrogate mother, right? So you're gonna bear the child and then give to us, for as our child. I mean, that might not be totally accurate, but a lot of people, when they think about surrogacy, that's what comes to mind. There's also the insemination where we take
the spermatozoa from the man and the egg from the woman,
right? And then it is now into this, right?
to the surrogate mom.
after all that has been said, so we're bringing that to the context of a Christian mother, right?
Yes.
Christian couple.
Yes, as a Christian couple and the third person.
Yes. Can you be a surrogate choose to be a surrogate mom? And would you also consider that option as a married couple? You know, this is So I just try to break down the technicalities to make it seem a bit a little simpler.
Okay. Yes, what do you think? First, I'd like to say there's really no place in the Bible that says do not be a surrogate mother. I think a lot of times it's just you personally. For me, because birthing a child is not just carrying the baby and then just pushing the baby out. There is this attachment. Insemination, no insemination, no. The attachment will be there. It is your body that is going to go through that process of having to carry a child for 9 months. And even if it's their seed, it just feels weird. And save the fact that Mrs. B or Miss B, she's not married yet. When you give birth to a child, you have kids that how your body would change. So definitely. What explanation
will you give to the...
So when you eventually want to get married, it's somehow... I don't know, maybe for me, if I was married, of course, I have my own kids. I can be a surrogate mother to another person. As a married woman. But the fact that you're married, your body would change. And my own fear is that bond that you would have with that child. Because
the married woman will have the bond now.
Yes.
If the surrogate mother was married.
But at least you know that you have your own kids. There's something to
hold on to.
Or
like when you are single and it's just you. And then you now have that baby and hand it over to...
no. I'll not be for me to be there. No.
Mr. T, what do you think? What do you think?
I mean, I have to think. I have to think. I really don't even know. I mean, it's a bit... I want to pass. Can I just pass?
So for me, as a single person, I could do it. As a single person, have that baby, hand it over. But as a married person, it's going to be very hard. I'm married. I have kids. My children actually saw me pregnant. Then what will I say? That's one. No. Okay. Hold on. That's one. Two. There's just this thing about being married and being a surrogate mom. As a single person, I don't see it as... I can do it and just, especially when you're not ready to settle. And when maybe you have your whole life right in front of you and you have things you want to achieve and all that. You won't want a baby to... That's if you finally agree, if you eventually agree to do it, you want a baby to be in the picture so you can achieve your goals and then move on with your life. But as a mother, for me, it's gonna be a bit hard.
Okay, another thing again is if I, as single as I am, if I was to do it for someone, I think I would prefer that it is someone I do not know. The reason why I would say that is, the thing about the bond. Every time I see that child,
but that's not your child. Really.
I know it's not my child, but
it's not your egg. It's not, no, that the child lived. There's this thing. I'm trying to something incubator or some where they don't even need to do any insemination. That's how far science has gone. They just take the egg and put it and then it grows into a baby. Artificial wombs. That's what they call it.
I think I'd rather do it for someone that I don't know.
That you don't know.
At least I know that after then
you won't see that person
again. I don't even want to know the child's name. I don't want to just just carry your baby, I'll be going.
And go.
But somebody that I know, every time, I don't know, personally, I'll just have this thing for the baby and I'm like, thinking.
So what do you think about adoption?
I can adopt.
You can adopt another person's
child.
Yeah,
that one.
I
can't.
You cannot do surrogacy.
No.
Okay.
Don't pass.
I'm just walking by.
I really want to hear your.
I'm just passing by. I'm just passing by. I mean, those things are matters that have to do with like surrogacy like this. I like to I like to give it like deeper thoughts, and I like to like really coin my words, a lot in a very well. I want to be able to articulate it exactly how I feel without having to mix things up. It's quite sensitive from a parent's point of view, and as a Christian point of view, so many points of views right there. So man, so that's why I said let me just pass, man. 'Cause, man, so I don't just go, anyway. Time it is. It is the Praise the Clock show, 10 a.m. West African time, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Every weekday, right here on PraiseworldRadio.com. We have all the very best of news, gist, music, and so much fun. All right, so make sure you catch us every weekday. Follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram at PraiseWorld_, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube, Praiseworld TV. Oh, it's time. It's Praise the Clock. I'll see you.